ANC's Eastern Cape Elective Conference have cried foul over the registration process with claims of irregularities. Now, joining us live from that conference is our reporter Busisiwe Jemsana. Busisiwe, thank you so much for joining us this evening. What's the latest coming out of the conference?
Well, chaos has just ensued outside the conference. You'd remember that following the 10-hour delay, there were delegates who were left outside after failing the verification test. They have been chanting songs outside, singing since 6 o'clock, and one of them tried to force entry, successfully so. Police ran after him and security personnel. He was then beaten up. Then when he went back to his crowd, the crowd was angrier. It got angrier, and then as they were chanting songs, you'd remember that from where we are, the gate where they are using, where they are outside, is the same gate that is being used to transport cars for guests who are coming into the hotel. The crowds tried to force entry into the venue. That's when they clashed with the police. Shots were fired to try and disperse the crowds, but they're still outside. They're still chanting songs. It looks like they're not backing down, and they are going to continue, and it is going to be a mission to try and keep them from forcing entry. But inside, we are told that conference is continuing. An EC member, Lindiwe Zulu, joins us now to tell us what is happening inside following the delays. Is conference continuing inside, and what is happening now?
Conference is happening, as we indicated earlier on, that we needed to make sure that all the delegates who are supposed to be at conference are at conference. And so conference is continuing and is now dealing with the issue of credentials, as according to the processes of a conference of the African National Congress.
These are members of the ANC. They try to force entry. There's chaos outside. The shots were fired. What does it say? What does it mean to the organization?
What it says to the organization is that we need to tighten our systems of administration and management so that we do not have members of the African National Congress who are not delegates to a conference coming to a conference and actually literally forcing themselves into a conference. We made sure that the members who were elected by their branches, and rightfully so, are at conference, and that's exactly what's happening now. The police needed to do what they needed to do to bring the stability that we see here, because we are a country of law and order, and law and order has got nothing to do with anyone else but everybody else. So even if you're a member of the African National Congress, if you are not keeping law and order, the law will have to take its course, and that's exactly what we saw happening here.
I know security was beefed up following last night's disruptions, but do you think the police personnel is enough to manage the crowds outside?
They've already managed the crowd outside, and as you said, unfortunately one of them managed to get through, and he or she, I don't know who that person was. It's very unfortunate that you yourself is saying it's unfortunate for somebody to enter a conference when they are not supposed to be there. When you are not supposed to be in a conference and you are not a delegate of the conference as mandated by your branch, you have absolutely no right of disrupting those who have been elected by their branches to participate. Right now, conference is ongoing, and we are very happy about the fact that conference is ongoing. We did indicate earlier on in the morning that it will take us a while to make sure that we process people. The credibility of the conference is what is of importance to us, and therefore we needed to make sure that the people who are currently sitting at the conference are the delegates of conference.
We also saw the hawks coming in and out, moving around the conference venue, and many are asking, what are the hawks doing here?
I didn't see any hawks, unfortunately, so I wouldn't answer that question. I've spent my whole day standing here since morning. I didn't see any hawks. The people that we're working with here are law enforcement police, ordinary police that are working. So I wouldn't be able to answer about hawks because I didn't see them. And I didn't get any report about hawks coming in here. And besides, I don't know what were an issue, what were hawks doing if they were here. I didn't see any hawks.
Lastly, when can we expect the nomination to take place, the announcement of results, looking at how the Congress is going inside?
There's the responsibility of the steering committee. There's the responsibility of members of the NEC who have been brought here to make sure that we process things as according to the normal procedure and rules and constitution of the African National Congress. As to when that's going to happen, it will be determined by the delegates who are in there. And as I left there, when I heard that there was something going on here, I had to come out and see what was going on. And I see that most of the comrades who are singing here are singing. However, there's law and order that is prevailing here. The process will take its course as always. We've got rules, we've got a constitution, we've got also a way that we expect members of the African National Congress to conduct themselves when they are at conference.
Mama Zulu, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
Thank you. That was the NEC member Lindiwe Zulu updating us on what is taking place inside the conference, saying that the Congress is continuing smoothly, and unfortunately they cannot determine when we can expect the announcement of the election, as it is that Congress that will decide, but saying that everything is going according to plan and that they are happy at how the police are managing and enforcing law and making sure that order is kept outside the conference venue. It is back to you in studio.
Busisiwe, we'll have to leave it there for now. Thank you so much for that update. We'll be catching up with you a little bit later in the bulletin. That was our reporter Busisiwe Jemsana joining us from the ANC Eastern Cape Conference. We saw her speaking earlier on there to NEC member Lindiwe Zulu about the disruptions that took place earlier.